You're having these doubts. They've been planted in you, but then eventually you leave Egypt, your family.
Yeah, we come here to Canada, and I go to high school here, and now I can actually talk about these doubts with people. Because over there, like you can't just go around saying like, "Hey, why did Muhammad do this?" Like it's not a question you can bring up.
Mm.
Um, and I remember I would ask a question to like atheists or agnostics and be like, "This is kind of weird," and they'll bring up a verse from the Quran or the Hadith, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, this is really bad." And then I have to go check it out, and then that's how I found out about morality issues, like when it comes to like child marriage, when it comes to like ma malakat aymanukum, what your right hand possesses for sex slavery.
Now, everything he says, guys, I'll try to document for you and give you links. So this man knows this stuff. So you Muslims who want to hate on him, keep hating. This is Sahih Bukhari, Volume 6, Hadith 510. In the new numbering, it's book 66, Hadith 9. I gave it to you. It's right here, guys. Right here. Let me read it for you. Chapter, the collection of the Quran. Pray for my throat, guys. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Hudhaifa bin al-Yaman, came to Uthman at the time when the people of Shem, this would be around the Levant, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, and the people of Iraq. So you had Muslims from the Shem area, Iraq, were waging war, poor Armenians, even back then, to conquer Armenia and Azerbaijan. Right? Even back then. Hudhaifa was afraid of the people of Shem and Iraq, differences in the recitation of the Quran. So he said to Uthman, "O chief of the believers, Amir al-Mu'mineen, save this nation before they differ about the book, as Jews and the Christians did before." So they're about to come to blows. Now, why, guys? The people from Shem were reciting the Quran so differently from the people of Iraq. They're accusing each other of changing the Quran. Because the people of Iraq were hearing the people of Shem reciting verses they hadn't heard, or differently, vice versa. So they almost killed each other. So what did Uthman do? So Uthman sent a message to Hafsa. Hafsa is the daughter of Umar, saying, "Send us the manuscripts of the Quran so that we may compile the Quranic materials in perfect copies and return the manuscripts to you." Little history here. When Abu Bakr was the caliph, Umar told Abu Bakr, this is in the previous hadith right here. You don't mind if I elaborate on your point a little bit?
No, go take your time.
Here it is, 509. During the time Abu Bakr engaged the apostasy wars, and by the way, a lot of Muslims don't like to tell you this. When Muhammad died, thousands of Arabs left Islam, thousands of Arabs apostatized, and others refused to give zakat. They go, "We only give zakat when Muhammad was alive. He's dead. We don't have to give you zakat." Abu Bakr then went to war, killing those who refused to repent and return to Islam, and forcing others to come back. During these battles, guys, I just want to elaborate. I want to give you as much time as you need.
Yep.
There were memorizers of the Quran, Hafidun, who were being slaughtered. Omar panicked. I'm going to read it for you right here. Listen, Omar panicked. He goes, "My goodness, we have suffered a great loss of Quranic memorizers." So he's afraid that the parts of the Quran they memorized went with them. He's like, "Man, we're going to lose the Quran." Now listen here. I'm going to give you the link here. So you know this man is not lying. Listen to this right here. This is Islam. This is what they don't like to tell you. So I'm going to send it to you as well in private. And I'll let you continue elaborating on this point. That's where his father got upset. What do you mean different Quran? Well, it's in the hadith. Here.
It says it right there.
Abu Bakr as-Siddiq sent for me when the people of Yomama had been killed. No, not my mama, your mama, dude. Shoot, anyway. A number of the Prophet's companions who fought against Musaylima. I went to him and found Umar ibn al-Khattab sitting with him. Abu Bakr then said to me, "Umar has come to me and said, casualties were heavy among the Qur'an of the Quran, reciters of the Quran. Many of them were killed, those who knew the Quran by heart, on the day of the battle of your mama. And I'm afraid that more heavy casualties may take place among the Qur'an on the other battlefields, whereby a large part of the Quran may be lost. Therefore, I suggest you order that the Quran be collected." I said to Umar, "How can you do something which Allah's apostle did not do?" Now, guys, catch it. Don't let him lie to you. Muhammad never collected the Quran between two covers, because look what he just said. How can you do something which Allah's apostle did not do? The messenger didn't do what you're asking me to do. Omar said, by Allah, that is a good project. Omar kept on urging me to accept his proposal till Allah opened my chest for it. And I began to realize the good in the idea which Omar had realized. Then Abu Bakr said to me, to Zayd, this is Zayd ibn Thabit, you are a wise young man, and we do not have any suspicion about you. You used to write the Wahi, the divine inspiration of Allah's messenger. So you should search for the fragmentary scripts of the Quran and collect in one book. Notice they're admitting this was never done by Muhammad. And this destroys a lie that many had memorized the Quran. Because if they memorize the Quran, why does he have to search for it among all these people to gather it together? Now watch. By Allah, now this is Zayd. Wallahi, he's saying, if they had ordered me to shift one of the mountains, it would not have been heavier for me than this ordering me to collect the Quran. See what he's saying? It would have been easier for me to move a mountain than collect the Quran. Why? If they memorize the Quran. Then I said to Abu Bakr, how will you do something which Allah's messenger did not do? Abu Bakr replied, by Allah, wallahi, it is a good project. Abu Bakr kept on urging me to accept his idea until Allah opened my chest for what he had opened the chest of Abu Bakr and Umar. So I started looking for the Quran and collecting it from what was written on palm stalks. A lot of typos here. Notice, it scattered the Quran. Some of them are written on stalks, white stones. Also some who memorize it. Till I found the last verse of Surah Al-Tawbah with Abi Khuzaimah al-Ansari, and I did not find it with anybody other than him. So much for mass people reciting Quran, because this verse, only one man had it. The verse is, verily, there has come unto you an apostle from amongst yourselves. It grieves him that you should receive any injury or difficulty. Till the end of Surah Al-Bara, Tawbah. Then the complete manuscripts of the Quran remained with Abu Bakr, here's the key, till he died, then with Umar to the end of his life, and then with Hafsa, the daughter of Umar. So this is what Uthman is asking for. He's telling Hafsa, he told Hafsa, give us that Quran that Zayd compiled. All right. Hafsa sent it to Uthman. Uthman then ordered Zayd bin Thabit, the man who originally collected the Quran for Abu Bakr, and then also Abdullah bin Zubayr, Sayyid bin Al-As, Sayyid, son of the As, and Abdurrahman bin Harith bin Hisham, to rewrite the manuscripts in perfect copies. Uthman said to the three Qurayshi men, in case you disagree with Zayd bin Thabit on any point in the Quran, then write it in the dialect of Quraysh. The Quran was revealed in their tongue. Now here, they did so, and when they had written many copies, Uthman returned the original manuscripts of Hafsa. Uthman then sent to every Muslim province one copy of what they had copied and ordered that all the other Quranic materials, whether written fragmentary manuscripts or whole copies, be burnt. He destroyed Arabic Qurans written by Muhammad's companions. So this is what he's talking about. Now notice who then revised this Quran that he made the standard. Zayd bin Thabit, right? And Abdullah ibn Zubayr, Sayyid, son of the As, and Abdurrahman bin Harith bin Hisham. Okay, brother, now you can continue.
And also, just to put something out there too, there's a concept called bid'ah in Sunni Islam, which means innovation. And my question for Muslims would be, if Muhammad didn't gather the Quran into one book, and it was only gathered 20 plus years after his death, wouldn't it be bid'ah to gather the Quran? Like, would it not be?
So you're saying, just so you can say, Muhammad said, bid'ah, innovation. You cannot innovate in the religion. You're saying the compilation of the Quran was a bid'ah?
It sounds like it, because at the end of his life, he said, Al-yawm akmaltu dinakum. Today, I've completed your religion. But the Quran wasn't gathered together until 20 plus years after he said that and died. So obviously, it seems that this must have been a bid'ah.
Yep, innovation. Yep, exactly. So your dad got upset.
We shouldn't even have Qurans, basically.
Right.
We shouldn't really have like Qurans that are 114 chapters. They shouldn't exist.
Precisely. You guys understand, Muhammad said you are not to innovate in the religion. The Quran, 114 chapters, is innovation because Muhammad didn't do it. So when your dad heard you mention this, he got upset at you, you said?
I think he got more frustrated because it might have made some doubt in him.
Hmm.
Like it planted something he didn't like, and it just kind of like made him angry or like frustrated. And I was like, I'm just not gonna make my dad frustrated because I didn't know what was going on. I was like 9 years old, so I just ignored it. And all these things I kept ignoring. I kept ignoring, and I'm trying to think of what else it would be.
And this is all, you're young, and where were you living? So people know when you're having these
This is all
doubts.
happening in Egypt. Everything I brought up so far is in Egypt.
So this is his life in Egypt. You're having these doubts. They've been planted in you, but then eventually you leave Egypt, your family.
Yeah, we come here to Canada, and I go to high school here, and now I can actually talk about these doubts with people. Because over there, like you can't just go around saying like, "Hey, why did Muhammad do this?" Like it's not a question you can bring up.
Mm.
Um, and I remember I would ask a question to like atheists or agnostics and be like, "This is kind of weird," and they'll bring up a verse from the Quran or the Hadith, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, this is really bad." And then I have to go check it out, and then that's how I found out about morality issues, like when it comes to like child marriage, when it comes to like ma malakat aymanukum, what your right hand possesses for sex slavery. Um, there was other things too. I remember one hadith about I don't know if I made this up or if it was true or if it was a weak hadith. It almost feels like a dream, but there a woman that they tortured to get treasure out of? Or did I
That
make
was,
that up? There was, right?
it was actually the husband of Safiya they tortured, but there was a woman that they tore into half. They
Yes, they tore her in half to get
Yes,
treasure. And
yes,
I read that at 15. And I was like, what the heck is this?
we get it for that. Yeah. Kurfa, if you want to see how disgusting it is,
Mhm.
they tore her in half. They had her tied to a horse and to a tree, and then she got ripped apart. Let me show you that, guys. What he's talking about. Kurfa. And even Safiya, the Jewish woman that Muhammad took, her husband was tortured for the treasure until then he was killed. Let me get you
Yes,
this.
that's correct. I remember that now.